The Athletes in Action program has been around on Ohio University's campus for a long time now. Here you're going to be hearing a few sources talk about the experience they've had with Athletes in Action, who they've had go through the doors of the Athletes in Action program, and what they've meant to the campus itself.
So you've had some involvement with Athletes in Action and with the basketball team for years now. Can you talk about like some of the names that you've seen go through the program with Athletes in Action?
Oh, wow. Well, I've been involved with Athletes in Action, the basketball team, for 7 years now. And in terms of names, the coaches, John Gross and Jim Christian, and now Saul Phillips, I've been involved with them, and they've given me opportunities to work with the basketball team. And in terms of basketball players, I think there's 45, 46, 47 different players in the last 7 years. And so, some names that, of course, stand out. Nick Kellogg is one. Clark Kellogg's son. Nick was here for 4 years, and I was able to meet him and of course be involved with him, attending practices and games, and meeting with him privately in regard to the ministry that I'm involved in. And Nick's playing over in Poland right now, and we still FaceTime and talk and communicate. Nick's a great kid. Walter Offit, Nick and Walt were both on that Sweet 16 team back in 2012 when they won a couple NCAA tournament games. Walter Offit and Ivo Baltic, and they were on that team. And then through the years, there's just been really all the players that I've gotten to know on kind of a different level than most people have an opportunity to do so. Not only from a standpoint of getting to know them from the spiritual perspective of if they wanted to get involved in the ministry that I do, but just getting to know them, their families, and who they are and what they are from a different viewpoint than most people are able to. I've gotten to see the kind of the bubble that Division I athletes live in, and the stresses and strains that they have to go through, the mental, physical, and kind of spiritual aspects of a Division I athlete's life. And that's been a challenge. That's been really, really neat over the years.
With so many of these big names going through the program and the sources that you've just heard of, it's easy to see how long and big this has flourished on this campus for so long. Sometimes the bigger pictures and clubs and activities that happen here, especially when you have a faith base behind it, it may be a bigger thing than you know.
Can you talk a little bit about Athletes in Action?
Yeah, definitely. So Athletes in Action is a global ministry. It's a subgroup of Crew, the global Christian ministry on college campuses. But our mission, our vision is to have a Christ follower on every team, at every university, in every country.
You know, what's the turnout really like for numbers-wise, and then when do you guys have your meetings, so to say?
We have our weekly meeting for all athletes that are interested in AIA on Monday nights in Peden Stadium, and we usually get about 30 to 40 athletes that come out. Our top meetings have been about 80 to 90, so it's something that most every athlete has been out to, or a good majority of. Then we also have smaller Bible studies throughout the week. We have a leadership team. We do events like a women's appreciation event that we just did last weekend. So a lot of different things outside that Monday night meeting, but that's the core of what we do.
Very good. And then maybe talk to me a little bit about the Athletes in Action house that is close to Court Street, but a little bit off.
Yeah. So something unique to Ohio University is we actually have an Athletes in Action leadership house that's designed to enable you to excel not only as an athlete, as a student, but also spiritually. So it's a house operated by Athletes in Action staff where we essentially have majority athletes that live there, and we set them up with a meal plan, and we provide all their utilities and that sort of thing, but we also challenge them in areas that will help them develop in those three main areas, athletically, physically, and spiritually.
Klien, who's going to be stepping down from the Athletes in Action House next year as the head of the house, they are currently looking for somebody to fill his position. He has wanted me to tell the audience, though, that getting this word out that there is housing available for athletes who want a devoted faith and really take this journey in their years here very seriously. The have the option to do so. And as for Mr. Stickel, he's seen a lot of people go through the basketball program, and rarely now you know some of these athletes more than you know them just on the basketball court itself. Reporting for Fundamentals of Online Journalism, I'm Taylor Brandon.